When we were founded, we needed innovation now, but we really needed inspiration. We were founded in 2009 during the Great Recession, and there was a need for this belief that there could be progress, there could be prosperity, and that many, many could participate in that.
Our mission was to restore creativity to the soul of the economy. So the economy had become too obsessed with extracting profit, and there weren't enough people creating new value. So we wanted to empower the people that are creating value, which is the entrepreneurs.
Year was about 2008, 2009. We are right past the financial crisis. The economy is going down. And both John and I were working at Bain & Company at that time. And both of us discussed about how do we move the focus back to entrepreneurship, because entrepreneurship is where it all starts. Our basic mission and principle was, how do we attract the very best entrepreneurs and then surround them with the very best resources possible? And what we wanted to create was a platform where not only could we attract the very best entrepreneurs based on the fundamentals, their team, their ideas, but also instead of them having to go to all the different resources individually, how do we create a large platform and have the resources come to them?
When John and Akhil, the founders of MassChallenge, were thinking about doing this, they contacted a few people, I think it was me and Desh Deshpande, to ask us our advice about how should we configure this. And it was a very exciting several conversations with them, and those led to key aspects of MassChallenge that have led to its success over the last 15 years. It's not repeating something that someone else is doing, but it was also recognizing that there's a need, not just mentoring, but to actually peer support, which is one of the key aspects of MassChallenge.
The ability for you to grow and connect with other people and stay fresh and be connected to the new things that are happening. You look at just the sheer amount of community that's been built up over the last 15 years. I can't think of another organization that has had a deeper impact and a wider impact than MassChallenge has.
MassChallenge's greatest contribution is that it's become the preeminent place and space for entrepreneurs and innovators who want to use their talent and their intellect to change the world. They are folks who see the world as it is and have the capacity to imagine it as it might be. And MassChallenge was created to foster an environment, to support them, and help drive forward their ideas, their principles, their vision. And so what's great about MassChallenge is we do that better than anyone.
Anyone can enter from anywhere in the world with any new startup in any industry.
I first came to MassChallenge in Boston in 2015, and I met John Hawthorne, the founder, and he obviously was tremendously inspirational. And we said, look, if we could bring this inspiration, this drive, this vision that we have here in Boston and marry it with sort of European discipline for technology and innovation, how many jobs could we unlock? And actually now we look at it in our 10th cohort, so after 9 programs, we've created about 10,000 direct jobs. I think MassChallenge has evolved from being a very US-centric kind of extraordinary accelerator to one that really spans the globe much more effectively. You know, very, very strong sites in Switzerland, programs in Israel, and bridge programs across multiple continents. When we brought MassChallenge across to Switzerland, we faced a lot of resistance from the ecosystem. People thought we were taking startups out of the country. They thought we were profiting somehow from the startups. And really what we wanted to be was the rising tide to lift all boats. And we've seen how effective that can be and how much you can change people's lives, young entrepreneurs, by giving them an opportunity to connect and scale their company. And we'd seen it in Boston and we didn't know if we could translate it. And I think this success of translating it to another geography is fantastic. And if we can bring this to more entrepreneurs, more startups across the world, I think we can really contribute to this mission of driving impact and solving these societal challenges. So what other reason do you need to stay associated with MassChallenge?
MassChallenge has been vital in my journey as an entrepreneur and for us as a startup. It has opened doors that have led to game-changing opportunities for us as a company. It has given us the resources, the community, the inspiration that we need to not only be the best that I can be as a founder, but to be able to grow and scale and make the true impact that we're hoping to as a company. And so we couldn't be more honored to be part of the MassChallenge community and more excited about what the opportunity affords for all of us as entrepreneurs.
It's really exciting to be around people who see a need and who find a way to solve it in various areas. I love that no 2 days are the same. I love that I am challenged to think outside the box and think creatively. I love that my coworkers are smarter than me in every way, shape, and form. They push me to be a better employee. They push me to be a better support system for our startups.
I think MassChallenge continuing to have that authentic community that people sense and feel, and the way that we can ask alumni to come back, the way that we can really know that introductions made are not in vain, that people are there. I think we see a lot of that with the 15 years of hard work in Boston, and I think in the next 5-10 years we'll continue to see more of that too in our newer locations like Dallas. And I think in a lot of ways we're looking up to the work that's being done here and saying maybe, yes, we'll also see those connections, those warm intros being made. And I think it's ripe in Dallas, and I think in the next 5-10 years we can just see more of that legacy being built.
I think MassChallenge is constantly learning from the ecosystem, right? So anytime we launch a program, anytime we bring a new mentor into our community, we're learning. And that's the brilliance of MassChallenge, right? It's not just about the staff really at all. It's about the whole community, the mentors, the entrepreneurs, the partners who come together and bring their own element to innovation. And so we're constantly learning, and that's what makes MassChallenge so special.
So I think MassChallenge gives you access to the most creative and inspired people on the planet. And they come in many different forms. Some of them, I think primarily in the sort of core audience, is the entrepreneur, the inspired individual who wants to solve a major challenge on the planet. But it also comes in the form of a corporate executive who realizes that they have the opportunity to contribute to a massive solution to a major problem on the planet. Or they just get inspiration from mentoring somebody and teaching an entrepreneur what for that executive is often a very obvious piece of business knowledge, but isn't necessarily to the young aspiring entrepreneur. So I think that exchange of ideas is phenomenal, and really what you're doing is you're getting access to this community of inspired and creative individuals that are trying to improve the world.
It's fun. I mean, first of all, these companies that are in the program, they're in it to win it for their cause, for personal reasons, or for other things. And so everybody's got a fantastic story to tell. And it's just fun to mentor them, to see them grow, to see them folding in the impact and the feedback. So I don't know, I just get so energized by seeing all these different innovations, seeing people that are very passionate, and you see the startups feeding off of each other. Everybody knows that everybody else is here to create impact, and everybody needs something different from the MassChallenge community. Some are looking for access, some are looking for knowledge, some are looking for funds, but everybody comes together as a family to help each other, and it just feels like you're giving back and helping people get a start.
I'm hoping in 10 to 15 years, not only would we have created a massive impact across the world with great entrepreneurial stories, but also great people who have done great things, but also have a big network of alumni that have gone through MassChallenge, recognize maybe the value that MassChallenge has provided it, and continue to propagate the same principles across the world.
But I think we have remained really true to the original vision, which is to help startups win, right? We really just want to make sure that we find the people that are creatively inclined, trying to create jobs, wealth, solve problems, create growth, engage people in an optimistic and creative future, and then empower them to succeed. And that I think we've still stayed very true to.
It's more than just paying it forward. Like often when I interact with early stage founders, like I get just as much out of the interaction as I hope that they do. And so for me, I'll continue to be a mentor.
working alongside entrepreneurs is an honor. And like, I don't mean to be cheesy, but right, these are people who take massive risks with their lives, who are like ferocious in their creativity and their resourcefulness and their tenacity. And so being able to help them either through a program or some small way as an individual is really an honor.
I mean, if we're looking backwards, we have to thank the 100,000 people who have been a part of our journey to date, from the earliest individuals who believed in John Hawthorne's crazy, ambitious vision to build the world's biggest accelerator, taking no equity, to the thousands and thousands and thousands of experts who have lent their time, their talent, in some cases their treasure, to support entrepreneurs at a scale that is truly unprecedented globally. So we have to thank you to our amazing community, which allows us to do our work at the scale at which we do.